In this video, we'll cover the top 10 mistakes new overlanders make and how you can avoid them.
Hey friends, thanks for joining us on another adventure.
All 10 of these mistakes fall into two categories: logistics and safety, and sometimes they can interlap. Having said that, let's start with some common logistical mistakes. Coming in at number 1, this is a big one: not knowing your vehicle's payload capacity. Everything that goes in or on your vehicle is included in this: occupants, water, food, gear, equipment, tools, parts, etc. All of these things count towards your vehicle payload. Mistake number 2 is underestimating your power needs. Out in the wild and on extended stays, you most likely will need power for more than just your cell phone, and it all adds up. Keep in mind, all of this is based upon your specific needs. Some of this may not apply to you, but it will to others. This can include fridges, lights, recording devices, drones, tools, fans, ACs, heaters, etc. Just remember to take into account your power needs and your ability to produce and the capacity to store that power. For instance, in addition to all of our other electronics, we run several laptops and Starlink. Misty works remotely and the kids homeschooled. Because of this, we had an enormous need for power. At number 3 is water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. Seriously, you need more water than you think. There are many factors that will determine how much water you need, and it's not just for drinking. In addition to carrying enough water per person per day to drink, you'll also need it for cooking, cleaning, hygiene, and emergencies. Flexibility is key here, and I highly recommend having multiple methods to treat and filter water. It's important to not be overly reliant on one way to achieve this. Small examples of this are that I lost my primary source of water twice and had my primary method of making water fail as well. Once my main water storage tank cracked and I lost almost all of my onboard water. Another time, my main lifesaver filter froze overnight, so I couldn't make water, and I also couldn't access my water. And yet on another occasion, my lifesaver water filter itself cracked, rendering it useless. Number 4 is overestimating your abilities. Overlanding can be challenging. Be honest about your driving skills and mechanical knowledge. This one was always a top consideration for us. Not only is our family and everything we have in these vehicles, but we also live out of them. The stakes are high. Calculate the risk versus reward. There are a lot of factors with this, but the bottom line is respect the limitations of yourself and the vehicle. It can be very unforgiving out there. We can go down a long, deep rabbit hole on logistics and what we covered. This is just meant to be an overview on the basics. Dialing it in and getting more granular is too difficult because, again, each of our specific needs will differ on factors like your rig platform, how many people you have, how long you're going out for, the location and terrain you'll be in, and the climate and season you're in, among others. Next, we'll be moving into safety, and we're starting off with number 5 at navigation and communication. You absolutely don't want to rely solely on your phone for communication and navigation. Having redundancy is going to be your friend. Odds are, since you are interested in overlanding, you are going to be remote, chasing solitude and sunsets. This means you're likely to not have signal most of the time. Therefore, your navigational tools should not require signal. Invest in a dedicated GPS. Use apps with offline maps such as Gaia GPS and Onyx Off-Road.
Turn right onto 12th Avenue, South Lightwell Road.
Have a good old-fashioned compass. Have paper maps of the area you'll be in, which you can get at the corresponding Forestry Service office. And for communication, consider a satellite phone or a two-way radio for those remote areas with no cell service. An additional option is a Wii Boost or similar system that boosts the cell signal in the area you're in. Now we're getting into mistake number 6, skimping on first aid. Let's be real, nobody wants to think about getting hurt on their adventure, but accidents happen, even to the most experienced overlanders. That's why having a solid first aid kit and the knowledge to use it is absolutely crucial. Taking a basic or wilderness first aid course will prepare you for common injuries and emergencies on the trail. And remember, get a kit that is suitable to the level of care you are trained to give. The last thing we want is to not be able to aid ourselves or others that may require help.
Vehicle, but we're going to see how these go treads perform.
Next is having inadequate recovery gear or knowing how to use it. This can turn a minor inconvenience into a major problem. Here's a real-life example of why you never want to hit the trail without recovery gear. We were camped at Lone Rock for over a 2-day period. It was like a stuck vehicle parade. Car after car got stuck in the same spot. Fortunately, we were there to help, but imagine being stranded in a more remote location with no one around. Invest in a winch, tow straps, and shackles. Self-recovery could be your only option. It's important to remember vehicle recovery can be dangerous. A snapped tow strap or a poorly rigged winch can cause serious injury or even death, not to mention the damage it can do to your vehicle. Invest in quality gear, but more importantly, learn how to use it properly. Your safety and the safety of those around you depends on it. There are many vehicle recovery and first aid courses out there which will educate and train you on this topic. Reach out to us or other overlanders you know to get connected with a quality outfit specializing in this. Mistake number 8 is ignoring Mother Nature. Weather can change quickly, so make sure you are monitoring potential changes that could severely impact your situation. Your route may become blocked or impassable in a short period of time, leaving you trapped or worse. In this scenario, we were in Hell's Canyon in June, between 5,000 feet and 8,000 feet. We went from sunny, dry conditions to within hours to heavy snow and significant temperature drops. Here in New Mexico, we went from sunny, dry conditions to heavy rain and flash flood warnings in an hour. Here in Colorado, we went from this serene condition to hail, rain, and drastic temperature swings rapidly. As you've seen, weather can change quickly, especially in the mountains or desert. Always check the forecast before you go and be prepared for unexpected changes. Pack layers of clothing and be aware of potential hazards like flash floods or extreme temperatures. Mistake number 9 is poor route planning. Don't just wing it. Research your route thoroughly, including current trail conditions, water crossings, and potential obstacles. You can use the most recent online resources, guidebooks, and local knowledge to plan your trip and stay informed about any recent changes or closures. This brings us to mistake number 10, campfires and knowing local fire restrictions. It's important to know that in addition to federal or state fire restrictions, there is also local and county restrictions. You don't want to be that guy. You can check these on the forestry websites for the area you're in, or on InsaWeb. Always check for fire restrictions and closures before you go, and use established fire rings or pits when available. So there you have it, the top 10 mistakes new overlanders make. By being aware of these common pitfalls and taking the time to properly prepare, you can ensure a safer and more enjoyable overland adventure. And don't forget to subscribe for more overlanding tips and adventures. And let me know in the comments below what mistakes you've made or any tips you have for fellow overlanders.
What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K?
What?
Hey, do your mind.
Hey everyone, want to get even more involved with our community and support what we do? Join us on Patreon. You'll get access to exclusive content like behind the scenes footage, early access to videos, members only live streams, and a chance to connect with us directly. Plus, your support helps us to continue to create the content you love.